Hello, juniors.
Hi, Miss.
Hello, Miss.
Hi, hi. Haga su trabajo, por favor. ¿Qué caso es que usted llora cuando tiene que hacer tarea? Hi, chiquillos. Okay, we're going to continue with the reading of the story. Or did you finish reading it? No? No, you didn't? Oh, okay. Okay, I believe we stayed here. Okay, we're going to continue here. And one of the three students I said yesterday, please start the reading.
He was wearing a long slouchy overcoat that had down to his ankle, looking his rug dropped over his bony shoulders, and a soggy old brown hat a buttered hat that shows he had brought it. I am business. The judge abruptly said to continue his embarrassment. So I will explain you right away why I talk to you. I have a girl, my daughter Miriam, she said, 19, a very nice girl, and also pretty that everybody looks on her when she passes by the street. She is smart, always the best, and I thought to myself that a boy like you, an educated boy, I thought maybe you will be interested sometimes to meet a girl like this. He laughed a bit when he had finished and was tempted, tempted to say more, but he got sense not to. May I continue?
Next.
Mac staring down like if
Continue, mama, continue.
Mac staring down like how for uncomfortable seconds. He was silent, then asked, did you 19? Yes. Will it be all right to inquire of your have your picture here? Just a minute. The shot marker went into the store and hustle returned with a snapshot that Max held up to light. "She all right," she said. "Feel wanted? And she is sensible, not the fault pointed can. She is very sensible." Um, After another shot, thought Maxie, it was okay with him if he made her. "Here is my telephone," said the should merchant hurriedly, handing him a slip of paper. "Call her up. She comes home from work 6 o'clock."
Okay,
Max
thank you.
folded the
Thank you.
paper.
Max folded the paper and tucked it away into his worn leather wallet. About the shoes, he said, "How much did you say they will cost me?" "Don't worry about the price. I just like to have an idea." "A dollar, dollar 50?" "$1.50," the shoemaker said. At once he felt bad, for he usually charged $2.25 for this kind of job. Either he should have asked the regular price or done the work for nothing. Later, as he entered the store, he was startled by a violent clanging and looked up to see Sobel pounding upon the naked last. It broke the iron, striking the floor and jumping with a thump against the wall. But before he enraged, Shoemaker could cry out. The assistant had torn his hat and coat off the hook and rushed out into the snow. Sofel, who had looked forward to anticipating how it would go with his daughter and Max, instead had a great worry on his mind. Without his temperamental helper, he was a lost man, especially as it was years now since he had carried the store alone. The shoemaker had, for an age, suffered from a heart condition that threatened collapse if he dare exert himself. 5 years ago, after an attack, it had appeared as though he would have either to sacrifice his business on the auction block and live on a pittance thereafter, or put himself at the mercy of some unscrupulous employee who would in the end probably ruin him. But just at the moment of his darkest despair, this Polish refugee, Sobel, had appeared one night out of the street and begged for work. He was a stocky man, poorly dressed, with a bald head that had once been blonde, and, severely plain face and soft blue eyes, prone to tears over the sad books. He read, a young man but old, no one who had guessed 30. Though he confessed he knew nothing of shoemaking, he said he was apt and would work for very little if fell, taught him the trade. Continue, Manuel. Continue, Cindy Calix.
that with thinking that with a fear than from a complete strange. Phil took him one, and within 6 weeks, the refuge rebuilt as good issues as he, and not long thereafter, expertly ran the business from the thoroughly relieved showmaker. Phil could trust him with anything and did frequently going home after an hour or two at the store, leaving all the money in the till, knowing Sobel would guard every cent of it. The amazing thing was that he demanded lunch to Marian. Together with his perforce writing comments manufactured during his lonely room in house, evening the ThinkPad of commentary which the showmaker parried that at and twitched his shoulder over as his daughter from her 14 years read. Miss page by scientific page as if the word of good were inscribed on them. The protect Sobel felt himself had to see that recite more than he asked for, yet his consign bothered him for not insisting that the assigned time accept a better wage than he was getting, though Phil has honestly told him he could earn a handsome salary if he worked elsewhere or maybe open a place of his own. But the assistant answered somewhat ungraciously that he was not interested in going elsewhere, and Thoughtful frequently asked him what's keep what's keep him here. Why does he stay? And he answered it that because of his.
Okay. I want to give some recommendations before we move on in the year. Number one, you need okay. You need to practice your reading. And that is something that is mandatory. Everybody in this room needs to practice the reading. Reading out loud in front of a mirror may help. Reading out loud to yourself may help. Reading out loud to your dog makes it bilingual. No, I'm not playing. It is hard for me to say it, but I have to. If I don't say it, then when you get to a call center, they will tell you. And it will be embarrassing. And you will say, my teacher was this old fat lady, and I didn't learn anything from her. And it may not be fair. Practice your reading. Some of you guys read like a third grader. You mumble too much. It's not about reading fast, okay? It's about knowing the correct pronunciation of simple words, okay? Simple words. If I make a list of the words that you mispronounce, we wouldn't finish today and we would have to meet after class for the rest of the night. In one single page. As I've told you before, it's not about having the perfect pronunciation because we will never get a perfect pronunciation, but we can get closer to what is the correct pronunciation of the words. Open your mouth like the song of Yoni Yoni. Yoni Yoni, yes papa. Eating sugar, no papa. Telling lies, nah Open your mouth, Open when you speak. Quieren verse los socados ahí hablando inglés. May I continue, miss? May I continue, miss? That is not reading. Practiquen. Van a pasar pena. A mí no me importa, porque ya se los he dicho hasta el cansancio. Pero los que van a pasar pena son ustedes. Van a ir a una universidad y ni en español pueden leer. Cuando les toca leer Prisión Verde, en los resúmenes escriben verde con B alta, no, o sea, en serio. Los agarra Maldonado, los destarta, la papa los destroza. En la universidad los van a mandar a comprar un libro de ortografía de bolsillo y les va a dar pena tener que llenar ese libro. Entre 100 alumnos, si van a la UNA, de 100 alumnos que ustedes tengan mala ortografía, va a ser vergonzoso. Quieren ir a trabajar a Altia y todavía dicen because instead of because. ¿Qué otra palabra? Déjenme ver, voy a buscar acá. No pueden decir shoemaker instead of shoemaker. Yo no veo una R después de la mar. Annoyed tampoco es así. Annoyed. Apréndanse los verbos. Los que terminan en D, eso es crucial para ustedes. La otra semana vamos a ir con los verbos. Tal vez es que yo no he hecho eso con ustedes, pero yo no creo. ¿Qué otra palabra? Son palabras sencillas. Party, partly. Party, no es party. Ni digamos palabras como nearsight, ¿verdad? Las pronuncian en marciano. February. February. No es February. Neither. Neither. ¿Qué otra? Colleague es college. Emerged. Emerged. No digamos thoroughly, ¿va? No les digo que en japonés porque ni siquiera. Discerned. Opportunity. Y si les pongo spelling words, es que yo no estoy en kinder. Es que eso no me va a ayudar a mí en nada. No, es que yo eso no, miss. Eso póngaselo a los de séptimo. Se lo pongo a los de séptimo y hay algunos de séptimo que leen mejor que algunos de décimo, ¿verdad? Por favor, practiquen la lectura, me preocupa. Me preocupa. Y hay algunos que no participan por no abrir la boca. Doriana, este parcial ha estado muda. Como mudos han estado los puntos de participación para ella. Manuel, mudo. Cindy, muda. Carla, muda. Los gemelos Apenas empiezan a cucharear ahorita. Daniel está perdido el hombre. Nada, o sea, no hay un punto en el que yo pueda decir, wow, qué pijuda estuvo la clase. Hoy no me ajustó el tiempo porque todos quieren participar. Ni una. Les pongo vocabulario de call center, no les gusta. Les busco un vocabulario de aeropuerto, tampoco les gusta. Díganme qué quieren. Busco las versiones cortas de las historias para no estar pegados en un screenshot porque yo sé que es incómodo, odio leer así, lo detesto, pero es lo que hay. Busco la versión corta de las historias, tampoco les gusta. Díganme qué quieren. Díganme. Antes de que Antonella les escuche que no pueden leer. Hola Antonella. Mejor me voy, dijo. Díganme qué quieren. Número de WhatsApp, por favor, y me escriben que no les digo la palabrota porque me van a correr. Pero díganme qué freaking quieren. Que ya les están saliendo pelitos, ya sabemos. A todo el mundo le salen pelitos en esa edad. A todo el mundo. Que se la están tirando de adolescentes, ya sabemos. Aunque no les duela nada, son adolescentes. Ay, me duele, adolescente, adolescente. Ay, no, no me manden para el colegio. Ay, no, no quiero recibir clases virtuales. Ay, no, yo no quiero esto. Ay, no, yo no quiero estudiar. No quiero trabajar. Me quiero ir a parrandear. O sea, ubíquense. Escríbanme y díganme, mí, yo quiero esto. Yo quiero lo otro. Yo quiero que se desaparezca de la vida, de la escuela. Ya no la quiero ver, ya me aburrió. Pero díganlo. Siéntanse libres de expresarse. Pero no se sigan retrasando más en un proceso que lastimosamente ni ustedes ni yo estábamos preparados. Pero todos los días cuando me levanto y me estoy bañando, pienso de que podemos hacer algo, que una cosita que aprendamos en un día ya es ganancia. Pero no podemos ir por la vida con una actitud de que sí, la estoy escuchando, pero estoy pensando en el programa que tengo que ir a ver ahorita. Neta, en serio se los digo. Los quiero mucho, los aprecio mucho, les tengo un cariño bien especial y por eso me preocupa esa actitud de ustedes. Les dijera la palabra que dice mi mamá, pero me vuelven a correr de la escuela si les digo que tienen una actitud, vale, madrista. Y me preocupa. Me preocupa. Así que tenemos que buscarle una solución a este asunto y tiene que ser hoy. O se comprometen a amarrarse el pico y soltar la lengua, o vemos qué pedo, pero no podemos estar así. No podemos estar así. ¿Estamos claros? Bueno, espero que me escriban y no tener que escribirles yo a sus papás, ¿verdad? A ustedes, ¿no? Porque ustedes para qué. Cuídense y mañana vamos a ver qué actividad es lo que podemos hacer para animarlos. Los pongo a bailar, tampoco van a querer. Una se va a desconectar inmediatamente. Bueno, me voy porque ya estamos invadiendo la clase de otra maestra. Vemos, chicos. Bye.